Right. So here's an interesting one. Ancient alien. It's a theory that I love to believe in. 'Cause, we all love the fanciful and these great stories of these gods, and I look at the debunked videos, I look at the pro videos. So some nights I get really into it. I'm watching all the ancient aliens. I'm looking at all the cave drawings and everything like that. And then, you know, you get sucked right in. You're like, that is it. Our DNA was spliced. This is how it happened. These guys got it right. Christianity's scared. The Muslim world's scared of this coming up. And then, I'm interested in history as well. The stuff that's in the books. And I go and look at this thing on ancient warfare with the Hittites and the Egyptians. And, the height of technology that sort of let the Egyptians, well, regain some of their land and, become the superpower again after their army dwindled over the years. Um, I can't remember the name of this. It's a special bow, like it's done with basically a prehistoric type of, you know, carbon fiber with bones and strapping it up and doing this sort of lacquering it and leaving it for 18 months. And I think, God, they're talking. Some of the stuff's talking about the pyramid being this Stargate, and then I'm looking at like guys, the chariots, the Egyptians' chariot that was thinner, wide wheelbase for more sort of for much more better maneuverability in the battles with the Hittites and a lot of others. And I think there's a huge disparity here. So I go flip between the two, and I try to say, Pete, you want to believe in ancient aliens, but you've got to just sort of wipe that out. You've got to look at the evidence. And everything tells me in popular history, they're using this bow, which is high technology. It's absolute rubbish. But then I look at these cave drawings, and I can tell you, I don't care what anyone says, from a little kid's age up to an adult, you draw what you see. Now, these cave drawings all over the world, I've all got, so many of them got space helmets on, or like, the Apaches and all this, and well, actually not just them, tons of the Indian people, they've got this stargates on top of mountains and aliens. The Sumas, you got the Anunnaki. In fact, I'm not even going to go for Indians. You've got Shiva and all this, the world maker, and it goes on and it goes on. So that part of it says to me, this is proof that this is what happened. It's just mainstream McDonald eating, soap watching mulch heads wouldn't even conceive it. So then, I've got these two battling sort of areas in my brain. One's saying this is obvious, one's saying it's ludicrous. So then we look at these ruins found in Japan under the sea. A lot of people claim Atlantis. You look at Baalbek. You can't get a razor blade through that. 100-ton stones, 40 miles away. It just blows the mind. Uh, so my theory on it all, and it is a theory because none of us were there, is basically the pyramids grown, built by man. They weren't helped by aliens or anything like that. And the height of technology was this bow that they had, and I can't remember the name of it, but they had these hook swords, sort of pull the shield back and stab in. It was like a sickle, but it was amazing. Um, so my theory is that we all sort of base it sort of 7-10,000 BC was from the pyramids and Sumer. Well, Baalbek's a lot older. That's been proved. I believe that the ancient alien theory holds a lot of weight. Obviously, I go down the pub and I tell someone a story. By the time it's got back to me through 10 other people, it's exaggerated 100 times, or it's changed, it's morphed. So, I mean, my belief is that these beings did DNA splice. They did come down here and mess around with us. Maybe they were mining, whatever they were doing, or maybe it was just like it's like a wildlife program. Let's mess around with these Homo sapiens covered in hair and let's advance them a little bit. But yeah, for me it happened way, way, way before 7 to 10,000 BC. I'm talking about 12 to 15,000 BC. Something very strange happened which fits in with all the Norse, with Asgard, fits in with all of Sumer and the Anunnaki, fits in with all of it. But then the stories changed and they got exaggerated. But something happened. They talk about the missing link. It's not a missing link. Things take millions of years to evolve. Evolution's there, of course it is. I'm not even denying that. I mean, that would be ridiculous. But it's where we went, bang! It was this huge evolutionary jump. There's no way we can't have done it without push. And that's not putting humans down. That's talking about, going from building campfires and the first time we cooked meat, and in the scheme of things, in 10, 20,000 years, flying around in jet planes, going into space, um, traveling at the speed of light, even finding the God particle. So, my theory on it is there's definitely some truth in it. It's been twisted and turned. For me, those cave drawings are what people have seen. They draw the animals, they draw the other tribes, they draw the aliens. Um, only one thing that does make me question it a bit in my head is I watched a tribe in Papua New Guinea meeting white man for the first time in 1975 the other day. Basically, these black guys, because they had mirrors and matches and stuff like that. They were treating them like God. Like the white man wasn't looking at him as a god. The black man was looking at him as a god, not because he was a black man, racial connotations, because the black man was living in the forest, and this guy went in with fire on a stick to show him his reflection, gave him a bit of candy bar. I mean, so that makes me think maybe in this ancient civilizations, they just came across far superior civilizations and were just wowed. I mean, for me, like Jesus definitely existed, but he was just like this is a bit controversial, but it was just like a Darren Brown character, like, probably good at heart, but did a few tricks and like other peasants with the leprosy and all this walking around like, oh my God, Jesus, have you seen this guy? Started to ramble now. My theory on the ancient astral theory, it happened. There's too many similarities in all the different mythologies. They got mixed up, but they didn't build the pyramids. They didn't build, the Nazca lines. These things were built by humans to basically celebrate them and to try and bring them back, because there was a point in where after the DNA got spliced and we were slaves or experiment, we got too clever, and that's when it all went ding dong. Didn't really. My theory might be totally wrong, might be totally right, but it's a mixture of the two. Not a total believer, not a total doubter, but 70-30 in favour of something happened. Evolution jumped too far too quick. Simple.